Crystal Brook St. John.
Okay. So, all right, so St. John, I'm going to have you please raise your right hand. So we swear from the testimony about skin this matter, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay. And so, Ms. Wilburn, you filed a motion for entry of judgment. And Ms. St. John filed a whole bunch of documents. Did you get copies of those, Ms. Wilburn?
I believe we should have, Your Honor. I believe they were emailed to Ms. Zanin in our office. She forwarded me most of them, but I don't believe any of them pertain to the case.
Okay. So, counsel, what's the, is the amount still due and owing $8,878?
It is, Your Honor, plus court costs. I know we had filed a motion for escrow. When we filed the motion, escrow had not been paid to the court. I'm not sure if it has been since then.
I don't show anything. Ms. St. John, did you make any payments in the escrow?
I have the blue book. If
Yes,
you want.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
yes or no? Did you make any payments?
The last payment, I gave you all the payments to Dorian Prasky, was it last week? I copied your
Ms. St.
52
John,
copies.
Ms. St. John, let me just be very clear.
Yes,
When I ask a question, I'm asking for a direct answer.
not since
So
last
the-
time.
the-
There was all the receipts.
Please, you cannot interrupt.
Mhm.
You cannot interrupt. There's a recording, and it will only record one at a time.
Mhm.
So I'm going to repeat my question, which requires a simple yes or no. Did you pay any money into escrow for your rent?
I don't know. Was it on the portal? I don't know.
I'm going to ask one more time, Ms. St. John. Did you deposit any money for rent to the court in the escrow account for this
No,
property?
not
Yes
to the
or no?
court. No, not to the court.
So where did you pay it?
The portal, the payment portal that you have me pay them on through Lennox, Crexy, 360 Management, and Summit Agency, along with the money orders.
Okay, so you paid, how much did you pay to the payment portal?
I haven't paid. I paid the house off in 2019. You never came to get the blue book. You never did the escrow again. You guys haven't filled it out. You have to do the blue one. They won't let me take the green one anymore. It's a Section 8. That's the whole property. I already paid the house off. I'm waiting on the title. It's been years, 2 years now. Let me know.
Ms. Wilburn, is this a land, did she buy the property?
No, Your Honor. That is, if you recall, that's one of the reasons we adjourned. I was getting conflicting stories that there was a full Section 8 voucher, which there never was.
Yes, I have it here.
Ms. St. John, you cannot interrupt. And quite frankly, without this documentation, I probably should have had you all come in person, quite frankly.
So, Judge, she was also claiming that she owned the home. Attached to our motion is the deed that our client, in fact, owns the home. I believe it was attached as Exhibit 4. She does not own the home. On the ledger, there were 2 payments of a partial Section 8 payment last year. I don't know why they stopped paying. No payment has been made since August. The payment that was made in August was returned for non-sufficient funds. So we're simply seeking entry of a judgment today.
Okay, Ms. St. John, why do you believe that you purchased the home instead of just paid a lease payment?
In 2016, I paid the taxes personally from my Social Security card. I pay my taxes, which does not even include the voucher. Here's a voucher for myself and both children. They're now at their grandfather's in Lincoln Park. Here's a same exact voucher that I paid the same for with just myself. So I paid it all off.
Ms. St. John,
Mm-hmm.
you indicated you paid off the property.
No, the
So my
house.
question-
House is 113 years old, Your Honor. It was $20,000 when I moved in for the house alone in 2016 with both my children. The rent for the whole property and house with my children is $272 a month. Now with myself, it was $500 to $700 depending on if they pay their taxes. That's what I have Social Security for. I paid them with my Social Security. Here's my home site homeowners policy. Did they need the number again? I did send this out. I walked it on personally to you, Your Honor, to Doreen Pratsky.
Yeah, okay, I have that.
Okay.
Here's what I'd like to know. Here's what I'd like to know. You are indicating that you own the property,
No, the house.
okay, the house.
Correct. Not the property. For the property, they told me to go get, you have someone fill out the blue book for them, for the Section 8. I said, well, I believe it goes to Wyandotte because that's what broke up the whole entire payment portal, is because Wyandotte combines the bills together and they were fighting over the water, Your Honor.
Okay. So I see a preferred customer owner certificate, but that seems to be for a washer and a dryer, not for the house.
Right. That's $3,000, and that's the second one I paid off through them. But they had to install, they brought, from when I moved from Concord Townhouses in 2016, they moved my furniture for me because it was leased to own and I had the warranty. So I paid 2 sets of washer and dryers. The first one was a Mana, this is Samsung.
Okay,
And they have my Social Security, take that off my Social Security, the payment come automatically off that for that agreement.
okay. So you provided to the court printout of the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs for Rudelev to Refinance LLC. What is that? What's the purpose of this document?
They sent that to me in the mail.
Who's they?
Rudelev. I guess they're the new.
Who's Rudelev?
I guess they're the new tax agent. I have my taxes done by last 3 years with Khalil Tax Associates. I have not paid them 2022. Everything else is paid for. Before there was Paul Goldman, and then I moved in California with Mike Dake from Lake Isabella.
Okay, so what does the tax person have to do with this case today?
They're in Wyandotte. Do they have to redo my taxes now? It's only $500.
No, ma'am, I don't, this matter isn't regarding your taxes. This is regarding.
For the house, don't I have to pay the house taxes? Isn't that what's included? Isn't that what I mean?
Your Honor, this is simply rent.
Ms. Wilburn, what is the monthly rental amount?
Per the lease agreement that's attached as Exhibit 1, it's $900 a month. However, since my client has taken over the property, Lennox Property took over in October of 2021, they've been charging $850 a month. Our ledger is attached as Exhibit 3.
Okay. And so the amount of $8,878, is that strictly Miss St. John's portion, or is that? the
I put
portion that should have
$3,000
been-
cash,
Please don't interrupt, Miss St. John.
cash.
Please don't interrupt. Or is that including the payments that should have been made by Section 8 payments as well?
So, Your Honor, if you look on the ledger, there were only 2 partial Section 8 payments. There was one in March of 2022 in the amount of $329, and then there was another payment in the amount of $329 on April 4th of 2022. There were no Section 8 payments prior to that or subsequent to that. So I'm not sure why Section 8 stopped paying. Like I said, it was never a full voucher.
Yes, it was. I still have it.
Miss St. John, I've already instructed you to stop interrupting. You will have a chance to respond, but do not interrupt. Miss St. John, when you dropped off this paperwork, did you include your Section 8 voucher?
Yeah, I have them right here. I can walk it down if you want.
Okay, my question was, when you dropped off the paperwork, this packet, did you include the Section 8 information?
Yes, I dropped off 52 pieces of paper to Doreen Parati personally, inside the office.
Yes, I understand that, but I haven't seen the Section 8 paperwork in here. Did you include that paperwork?
Okay, I'm not certain. I can have it done again for you. Absolutely. All of it. I took today off. If you want me to go down to the library, it's not a problem. I'll fax it over to you.
When's the last? So, the last payment that was received appears to be $499 on July 1st, because the payment after that was reversed for non-payment, correct? But then that was only a partial payment. Is that correct, counsel?
Correct, Your Honor. It actually looks like on August 2nd and 3rd and 4th, there were a couple different payments. The most substantial one was the $321, which was reversed.
Right, and then $201 seemed to not be reversed.
Correct.
Those are off my prepays, and I write down the router numbers to the web bank. I type them in specifically, individually, on the payment portal.
Okay, and so council, it shows $8,028 is due as of February 1st, but this is now including March's rent, so that's where the $8,878.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And even if there were Section 8, full Section 8 vouchers, which it doesn't appear as though there are, and even if with the partial, there was only 2 payments made, and it's not clear as to why those payments stopped. And there are a bunch of receipts attached to the paperwork that was dropped off by Ms. St. John, but the court will note that the last Okay, there's something that's a little bit interesting with these. This is showing on these receipts. Who writes out these receipts?
I did.
Okay, so this isn't anything from the Lennox Property Management.
Yes, I wrote those to them. Those are all the rental receipts that I've had for 2-3 years. And I have
But
paper
you're
ones,
going-
I have paper ones also that were sent off to me through my statement from Comerica Bank before I switched my deposit to Social Security to Public Service Credit Union. So I have those upstairs also.
Okay, but what I'm trying to ask, ma'am, is that you wrote these receipts out yourself. These are not from the owner of the property confirming your payment.
Correct, Your Honor, because that's for my Social Security and for my personal wages.
Okay, and ma'am, are you, okay, the court's reviewing these, and some of these aren't making sense. Okay, and again, ma'am, why is it that you think you bought the house but not the land?
In 2016, it said that the house, when I moved here, we were able to get a Section 8, and then they said they sold it. They sold the Section 8 property, and I said, that's not true, because I just paid their taxes. It was only $221 they had me pay, and I didn't have to, but it was not including in the, they couldn't have kept their property arrangement without the taxes being paid, so I paid the taxes.
Okay, so you think for paying $221, you acquired the house?
And I transferred, yep, and I transferred to, yes, and that was what they were going to do. They were supposed to help me buy my first home. And I guess something
Who's
happened. Section 8, the state of Michigan.
Okay, but you don't have any documentation that supports that, correct?
I can find it, Your Honor. I don't have it with me offhand. I don't want to bombard you. I know it's the week. I know it's last minute. Whatever you need, I can copy it. I took today off, I can walk it down if you'd like. I'm right here at the end of 6th and 4th, right here on Ford Ave by the railroad tracks.
Okay. So. Ma'am, do you have a payee for your, social security payments, or do you manage all of that?
I'm myself, I take care of my own bills.
Okay. Ma'am, and you haven't made any rental payments since July, or partial of August.
I
Why have you
understand.
not made any?
They have not filled out the blue property book for the property. I paid the house off, Your Honor, in 2019. It was only $20,000 in 2016 when I moved in here. This would be the whole property. I mean, they'll give the money back, I guess, or however they want to do it. But that's what the Section 8, that's the whole, you can move, I can move anywhere in the United States. Both my children were here and born here in Wyandotte. My son's graduating from Wyandotte. My daughter graduated last year. I'd like to see them both graduate.
They're supposed, I believe the section is supposed to pay the Lennox property on top of what I paid. I paid that personally, and then section is supposed to pay them also. Is it because the blue book is not filled out? I'd be happy to have them please fill out the blue book. It wouldn't change my income at all. It would be extra that it would be an extra revenue. And when I leave, you know, then you got, I mean, it's just still, Wyandotte still has monopoly. You guys still have, you are still the boss. You're not going to deal with, you know, Detroit or, you know, Concord townhouses or things like that. You're your own, you're not a township like Grosseal. I lived on Grosseal for a year, but it's similar.
Okay. Council, do you know what the blue book and green book is and who would be filling that out?
I don't, Your Honor. I'm not sure if she's referencing something for Section 8. As far as purchasing the home, again, a deed is attached. There is a lease agreement. The starting date says 10/1 of 2019. So if she purchased the home, I don't know why she would have entered into a lease agreement to own the home. We haven't received payment. And like I said, none of the information that was provided to your office, I'm guessing, or to our office, I'm guessing it was the same thing that was provided to the court, went to support anything of ownership or payments that have been made.
Okay. I would agree. I have some concerns regarding some stability here.
I
So
have
let me just,
protection plus warranty also here. I was the first person to ever have DTE, gas only, DTE ever in Wyandotte. I mean, that's how long I've been dealing with this. And my road is Ford Ave, capital A, capital V. There's no E, there's no period. So hopefully they're getting all the right information. The house is 113 years old. It's the blue one.
okay. All right, we're going to go off the record for just one moment, Council. So here's, I have some serious concerns that no matter what I do today, Ms. St. John is not going to understand what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I am sending an email to Lakeshore Legal Aid so that they can have somebody screen Ms. St. John to see if she would qualify for some assistance as far as a representation or whatnot, because clearly, based upon what's been put on the record and testimony, I think that you would probably agree that that there are some serious comprehension concerns as far as the process and what's going on. So even if I were to grant the judge your motion and enter a judgment, I don't know if Ms. St. John would even understand what's going on. So I want to make sure that she does understand that. And obviously I can't advocate for her and help her understand that. So I am going to send an email over to Lakeshore Legal Aid to see if they have somebody that can screen Ms. St. John. So I'm going to do that right now to see if I get a response back. I tried calling the 800 number, but I think it's a little bit of a wait and I didn't want to keep everybody waiting. So, so that's kind of where we're at right now. Do you have any additional thoughts on that?
I don't, Your Honor. I do understand the court's concerns, and I'm hopeful we can get back in a week. My concern is, you know, as soon as we go past that, then April's rent will also come due, and we're going to be looking at close to $10,000.
I completely understand that. My intention was that you would be back on Friday. And not any later than that. Okay, so, Ms. St. John and council, I just sent the email to, Ms. Lang at Lakeshore Legal Aid. So I'm going to, council, I'm not sure if you have another, hearing to be in or not, but I just asked if they could zoom in ASAP. So if you can hang out just a little bit longer, then
Sure, Judge.
I left them our Zoom ID number, so hopefully that will, occur.
No problem.
And then, in any event, I'm going to indicate that we're going to adjourn this to March 31st at 10:30 a.m. Okay, so Ms. St. John, I'm going to mute you and just have you stick around for a few moments. I'm waiting for somebody from Lakeshore Legal Aid to zoom in.
No problem. I took the day off. Whatever you need me to do, not a problem.
Okay, all right, thank you, I appreciate that. Okay.
And
So
Judge, did you want me to stick around then?
Yes, if you don't mind,
Sure.
as long as you're able to. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks, Judge.
Okay. All right, and so we're going to go off the record. We're going to go off the record.